Welcome to DrVoIP training. This brief training segment is from the DrVoIP ShoreTel 8 administration video series. The complete 15 hours of training is available online or on DVD at drvoip.com. Let's meet our coach, Peter Buswell. Known throughout the telecom industry as DrVoIP, Peter brings a wealth of experience to his training sessions. He has worked in telecom since 1970. He's worked exclusively in VoIP since 1998. He's a VoIP entrepreneur with 3 venture capital-backed businesses. He has a Bachelor of Science degree in Information Technology Management, plus certifications from some of America's leading communications companies. Let's join one of Peter's training sessions now in progress.
We're going to talk about the IP address phone map in a different section, but I'll touch upon it now. The IP address phone map is where we go to set up a relationship between IP addresses and the site that the phone associated with that IP address should be registered with. In the absence of an IP phone map for Oceanside, if a phone were to boot up on the network, it would by default be associated with the headquarters site. If I want the phone to be associated with the Oceanside site, then basically what we do is we go into the IP phone address map, we create a new IP phone map, we select the site, and we go ahead and fill in a range of IP addresses. As you can see, Oceanside is associated with 192.168.250.252 through 250.254. If I see that IP address, I know that this phone should come up in the ShoreTel system and be associated with the Oceanside site. This is an interesting set of parameters, and I want you to notice that, for example, the Carlsbad site appears to have a mix of phones, but it is the IP phone map and the range defined in the map that associates that that phone with a particular site. Let's take a situation in which you have an IP phone deployed off at someone's house. Now that presents several interesting opportunities to be creative. One of them is I'm going to create a IP phone map that may only be one IP address deep. So I have a person working at home, and I want to associate that person with a particular site, so that, I don't know, things like the auto attendant, for example, might reflect the greetings associated with that home user's work location. The second reason that I might want to do that is you see this little checkbox here called teller worker. If this person were in fact working at home, and obviously this might be a single IP address rather than a range, but I might have a group of home agents and a VPN range that would be reflected here. The reason I would use one IP address to denote a home user is that I want the phone number associated with that home user to be reflected should that person use their IP phone to dial 9. It's not going to be real useful if the little red trucks go off to the Oceanside headquarters location because the 911 call went out the Oceanside trunks when this person is working at home in La Jolla. That's not going to work. So by putting a phone number in here, we can have that displayed as the CESID to the people that answer 911 calls and direct emergency personnel. The little checkbox here that says teleworker forces the system to use the intersite codec when working with this particular offsite phone.